we're going to check in with Jen.
And taking another look at your forecast, if you notice, it's dark gray and gloomy down in Orange Beach at this time. But the rain chances over the next few days really high heading into today, even higher for your Friday. But the good news is that we start to turn isolated as we get closer towards the weekend and drop off heading into next week. But we also have some better temperatures on the way. I'll be breaking down all your forecast details coming up when we come back. Well, taking another look at your forecast and taking a look at our dog walking forecast for today, brought to you by Eastern Shore Toyota. And we have Gizmo helping us out. And Gizmo, I feel you, buddy, just wanting to take a nice nap, especially with the cloudy, overcast conditions that we're expecting today and some of those rain chances. Yellow dog paws for the majority of today. The cooler temperatures helping us out, but just make sure you download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you can stay updated with where those rain showers are, and while you're there, you can submit your pup's photo for us to share on air and online. But thank you to Gizmo and Darlene so far for this morning. I'll talk more about your forecast coming up when we come back. But here is a live view at that accident, again, that we are tracking on I-65 southbound just before the Delta Bridge. And so all those cars are exiting onto 225 at exit 31. It's still closed due to that two-car accident that occurred just a little bit after 2 a.m. Again, southbound traveling from Baldwin to Mobile County, northbound not impacted, but we'll keep you updated right here on Fox 10 throughout the rest of the morning.
Storms out in the water. Meteorologist Jennifer Lambers, we can see that on your radar a bit.
That is exactly right. And so we're seeing all sorts of impacts across the Gulf Coast. A lot of these is really going to be dependent upon where you are, but our coastal areas going to be seeing the biggest impacts heading into today. But just a reminder, right now is a great time to download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you can stay updated with everything that's going on. Not only do we have radar, but also there's a 5-hour futurecast option that's built into that radar as well. Something that's hard to come by on some of these free weather apps. And so a great tool to have in case you are planning anything outdoors. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at what we're tracking out there at this time. The majority of everything so far for this morning has been taking place offshore. Now we're starting to notice some of that pushing in closer towards southern Baldwin County. So Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Fort Morgan, even up closer towards Foley, beginning to experience more of these showers. And then closer towards Navarre, Fort Walton Beach, also experiencing just some of that light isolated rain, where you're starting to notice some of that yellow coloration that's turning into a bit more of that moderate rainfall. But here's a live view down in Orange Beach, and it's hard to see through some of those raindrops that are landing on the camera. But again, it's rough out there with that surf. Please make sure that you're being careful at our local beaches in case you are visiting us. Don't go past your knees heading into today with that life-threatening rip current that we are experiencing. Now, timing things out in our futurecast, we start off for this morning, and this is pretty similar to what we're seeing right now. Not quite noticing some of those showers closer towards northern Clark County and southern Mobile County, but it is showing it well just there towards the Florida Panhandle and southern Baldwin County. Highest rain chances for this morning remaining closer towards our coastal areas. Isolated sprinkles possible further inland, and then more of that cloud cover will continue heading into today, but you do have a decent shot at seeing an isolated shower later on this afternoon and this evening. Really more of wet, soggy, and unsettled heading into today. If you are traveling west closer towards Mississippi and Louisiana, you'll experience much higher rain chances. But we're going to be looking a bit more like that heading into your Friday. Now, coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to be talking more about your forecast, what you can expect heading into tomorrow and towards the weekend, plus some cooler temperatures across the Gulf Coast. All of that is coming up soon. Eric. And continuing to keep an eye on your forecast and tracking more of those rain chances out there. A little bit gray and gloomy if you're stepping outside anytime soon, but also expecting more of an isolated to possibly scattered look heading into today. Those rain chances going in and out from late morning into late afternoon. So just make sure you keep that rain gear handy at all times heading into today. But I'll be talking more about your forecast coming up when we come back.